culture creators.
Hey everyone, what is going on? Elvis here. Here's everything awesome that happened in this week's gaming. Now, the biggest story today is David Brevik from Gazillion is leaving, stepping down from CEO. Now, you guys might know Gazillion from the Marvel Heroes action RPG. But the real thing that I want you guys to take away from this story is that David Brevik is a fucking legend, guys. And we're going to talk about some of this stuff right now. So the original gangster, David Brevik, is leaving Gazillion Games and stepping down as CEO. Now, for those of you who don't know who David Brevik is, let me talk a little bit about him. He's the co-founder of Blizzard North and the people responsible behind Diablo 1 and 2. Now, he's also the dude who sparked former lead designer of Diablo 3, Jay Wilson, to utter the famous words, "fuck that loser," which is now synonymous around gaming in general. Now, he's stepping down from CEO to pursue other opportunities, reportedly to get back to his roots of being a game dev. Now, I'm guessing, an indie project or something along those lines. Being a CEO is way different to what a lot of people think. I mean, your main job is really about strategy with the company and hiring the best people in the world. That's honestly like what your job should be focused on. So it seems like Mr. Brevik is actually really craving to get back coding again and, really get into the game dev stuff instead of sitting on top looking down. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I introduced you guys to a game called Paragon. I'm not going to go over the game again. We've already checked it out, but it's going into beta this month. Okay, so you guys heard it right. Paragon is going into beta this month. But don't worry if you don't get invited, because early access, paid for early access, by the way, is starting in spring. Even if you don't get invited and don't want to buy into the early access, it goes into open beta this summer. That's right, open beta for everyone. This is how you test a game, guys. A step-by-step process. I selected you for the first beta. If you're super keen about it, then you're welcome to, invest money to get a privilege of playing it earlier than anyone else, but you're also supporting the company. And lastly, a massive influx of players to really pressure test the servers and get massive feedback in general. I am definitely going to be checking this game out. I hope to get invited to the first beta wave. That's pretty unlikely. We'll see how we go. If not, the early access is on the cards for me anyway. The HTC Vive is going up for pre-order extremely soon. That's going to be a direct competitor to the Oculus Rift. We're going to jump into the details about the differences between these two things and some interesting stuff about the price drop that will be inevitable actually quite soon on the Oculus Rift as well. Let's jump into it. Okay, so let's talk about HTC Vive. Now, the pre-orders begin on February the 29th. No price announcements have yet to come up. I think a lot of people are hoping that it's a more affordable choice than the $1,100 Oculus Rift, and Australian dollars, by the way. That's how much that shit costs over here. Now, obviously, a lot of people are talking about the price range of the Oculus Rift, especially in countries outside of the US. But what a lot of people are forgetting is that there's going to be Australian and other countries around the world that are going to be stockists for this product, as in they're going to buy it in bulk and resell it in AU dollars. Now, this is going to significantly drop the price. If you're going to buy a pallet of Oculus Rifts, then the shipping cost isn't going to be $200. All of a sudden, the price is going to drop. Now, it might only be a little bit, but, then again, it's something. Now, it is looking like, in my opinion, that the HTC Vive will not quite be as good as the Oculus Rift and maybe slightly cheaper, although significantly expensive for a piece of additive hardware. Don't get me wrong, the technology is very innovative, but it's an expensive piece of equipment. No matter, how much it costs to develop or whatever, it's expensive. It's a very high-priced thing that a lot of people can't really afford. I'd actually rather invest that type of money into getting PC upgrades and games for like the next 2 to 3, 4 years even, than buying an Oculus Rift. Although at some point I am going to cave and pick one up. But in the meantime, I am going to wait and not be an extreme early adopter as in pre-order the shit. I don't even own a fucking controller to play Rocket League on. Anyway, friends, thanks for joining me as always. Today, I've got something awesome for us to share. You guessed it, guys. And yeah, we're going to bust this bad boy out.